Hi guys, it's Mark from anypond.com, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features, and today's video is all about wetland filtration plants for damselflies and dragonflies. So what I'm doing today is I'm basically upgrading this wildlife pond for damselflies, and what we're doing is we're taking out the plants, the water lilies and the irises out of this particular pond, and we're putting in reeds and rushes. So what we've got here is we've got a combination of different reeds and rushes. So this one here is actually a reedmace. So the difference between a reed and a rush is the rush is like a sponge and the reed is like an onion. This one is a rush, which is scirpus. This one here is a small variety. You've got an albino variety or a variegated variety. Also you've got the true bulrush, which is basically, it's just a fantastic wetland filtration plant here. So all of these plants will go in wetland filtration. You've just got to have the right plant for the wetland filter. The reason why I'm putting these in a dedicated damselfly pond is because the damselflies and the dragonflies can climb up the stems a lot easier than they can with irises or what have you. The main thing about these plants is they're not ornamental. Yeah, they look fantastic, but these are the flower heads or the seed heads. They don't have great big blousy flowers like irises, or they're not from an ornamental point of view, but they're from a native or ornamental mix. You know, you can get ornamental variegated ones. We've got a variegated reedmace over here, which is basically it's got a variegation and it looks fantastic in an ornamental setting. This particular one, it's not that hardy, or it can be temperamental on time. So it's one of those plants that you can put it in, you might have it for a couple of years and then all of a sudden it will just disappear. It's just one of those things with those plants. It's a fairly difficult one, so don't get too upset if you buy them and then they disappear. This one actually here is the reedmace. So a lot of people call it variegated bulrush, where actually it's not a rush, it's a reed, and they can grow quite big. It's basically a cousin of the Typha latifolia, which is the common reedmace in the UK that will go everywhere. The wind takes the seeds, and the variegated one is an ornamental species. The main thing with wetland filtration plants is to have a combination of different plants. You want evergreen plants, which is like this scirpus. It stays green all of the year, so it will take nutrients out of the water all of the time, only on a small amount because obviously it's only a small variety. But the bigger ones, they take out a lot of nutrients very, very quickly in the spring and in the summer. So you may get a little bit of algae in the winter or when it starts to warm up, before these plants have a start and they basically get growing and then outcompete the algae for food. So all of these plants do a job. They're wetland filtration plants and they're fantastic for damselflies and dragonflies. So have a go and put some of these plants into your ponds or into your wetland filtration system. The ponds and the wildlife will thank you forever.